TikToker MalMal62 went camping in Dry Fork Canyon, located in the Ashley National Forest in the Uinta Basin, Utah. They grew up in the area and said that many places in the basin have always felt off. The campsite was only about 30 miles from Skinwalker Ranch, an area known for strange reports. To see what wildlife might pass through, they set up 2 trail cameras. On the second night, at around 3:50 a.m., the camera closest to their tent, about 5 feet away, captured this. The figure looks almost human, but not quite. They said no one else was camping nearby, and that if it was a person, that would be even more terrifying than anything paranormal, because people, most of the time, are more dangerous than the unknown. Some people disagree though. What if it was a skinwalker? Wouldn't that be even more dangerous? To this day, there is no explanation for what the camera captured. On November 28th, an Instagram user named Rose Honey Morgan was on a normal walk with her son and 2 dogs when she found odd effigies along the path. The figures were placed at several points on the trail. After finding the objects and sensing something unusual, she posted a second video. In it, just beyond the tree line, a shape moves briefly out of view. An estimate placed the distance at about 115 feet, suggesting the figure could be around 7.5 feet tall. The objects have drawn theories about their purpose, including ideas that they were offerings for forest spirits. After this walk, she never returned to those woods. What began as a routine camping trip turned into a night none of them will ever forget. Late in the evening, a violent storm hit their campsite without warning. Winds intensified rapidly, trees began snapping, and within moments, chaos broke loose. Massive trees crashed down around them, trapping 2 vehicles in a fully wooded area with no clear exit. With visibility near zero and debris falling all around, the group was forced to take shelter inside their cars. One vehicle suffered severe damage. A bent windshield frame created a gap where rain poured inside, while the rear window shattered and barely held together. Phone reception was weak, but they managed to contact loved ones and emergency services. Rescue teams confirmed help was coming, but access was delayed due to blocked roads, flooding, and fallen trees throughout the park. All they could do was wait. As hours passed, exhaustion set in. They heard distant chainsaws, sirens, and voices, never knowing how close help actually was. At times, the storm eased, only to return with violent force again. Fearing the windshield might fail, they moved into the back seats, surrounded by debris, glass, and soaked belongings. By early morning, the storm finally calmed. Daylight revealed the full scale of destruction. The forest was unrecognizable. Trees lay in every direction, crushing tents, vehicles, and pathways. Entire sections of the park had been flattened. Emergency responders reached the site on foot, navigating over fallen logs and unstable terrain. The group was escorted out carefully, crawling, climbing, and lifting their dogs over debris. They were taken to a temporary emergency shelter where medical teams, police, and the Red Cross provided care, food, clothing, and rest. Investigators later determined the storm was likely caused by a tornado that tore through the area overnight. They lost vehicles, equipment, and nearly everything they brought with them, but they walked away with their lives. A group of campers decided to go on a ghost hunt at Harwich Fort one night. Midway through the night, the group was allowed to explore the site alone. A friend and the photographer went to the cells to take photos. One photo was taken from the doorway of a cell. Days later, when the images were shown at work, a co-worker noticed a figure standing in the doorway. No one else was in the room at the time, and earlier group photos showed no one with a shaved head. So how do you explain the figure? Rita and Jan from the Netherlands were driving home from a camper holiday in Spain. While Jan went inside, Rita stayed in the camper. Suddenly, she heard a loud thud and stepped outside to check. A truck driver signaled her to call the police and pointed to the back of the vehicle. That's when Rita found a man hiding under a cover on the bike rack. Police arrived shortly after and removed him safely. The man was apparently trying to reach England. Calais is a major crossing point, with ferries and the Eurotunnel connecting France to the UK. Rita and Jan didn't understand why the man would choose a car with Dutch license plates. They were shaken by the incident, but later continued their journey home. In August 2025, YouTuber Wanderless Diana visited Shoshone Falls in Idaho. She planned to spend the night on a quiet stretch of BLM land near a cliff, offering wide views of the surrounding area. The location felt isolated, but despite the uneasy feeling, she decided to stay for the night. At around 11 p.m., Diana settled inside her car, covering the windows and preparing to sleep. The area was completely dark and silent. Hours passed. Then suddenly, she was jolted awake by noises coming from the front of the vehicle.
Guys, someone is outside, I swear. Who is out there? Get away from my car, please! God, I'm leaving. Get away from my car! Right now! I'm gonna leave. Damn it. I'm leaving.
Not waiting to investigate, she immediately started the car and drove away from the site. She didn't stop until she reached a Walmart parking lot, where lights, people, and nearby activity finally made her feel safe again. Now, if you're enjoying my videos, please consider subscribing to the channel. Your support helps me creating new stories every week, and it means the world to me. Thank you so much for watching. A 61-year-old camper with diabetes was rescued after going missing for 9 days in remote Victorian bushland. Troy Milne disappeared after leaving his campsite at Woodside Beach to collect supplies. His jeep became stuck near Buchan in East Gippsland, leaving him stranded without insulin. As days passed, search teams feared a medical emergency. On Wednesday evening, Milne lit a small fire near his vehicle to signal for help. Firefighters spotted the smoke and found him alive. He was taken to a local hospital and later flown to Melbourne for treatment. In the spring of 2006, campers were staying at Big South Fork in Tennessee when a severe storm moved in.
Oh, damn it. It's happening! It's happening!
A tornado touched down nearby but did not cross the campsite. But the storm caused a heavy hailstorm. Large hailstones fell across the area and hit the tents. One tent pole broke, but the main tent stayed upright. Somehow the campfire remained lit during the storm. After the storm ended, large hailstones were scattered all over the campsite. Imagine getting hit by those. You could get seriously injured. A woman was camping alone in the woods with her dog when she woke up to this. They were clearly surrounded by a large group of wild animals. Both she and her dog seemed alert and uneasy. They stayed still and listened carefully, waiting until it felt safe enough to leave. At age 20, Christopher Knight walked into the woods of Maine and disappeared. He lived there alone for 27 years without being detected. His hidden camp was less than a mile from nearby seasonal cabins. Knight survived by stealing food, fuel, and supplies from summer camps and hunting cabins in the area. Over the years, he carefully avoided people, never lit a fire, and moved silently to leave no trace. During all that time, he is known to have spoken only once to another person, briefly greeting a hiker. In 2013, a game warden caught him during a break-in after a motion alarm was triggered. His arrest ended one of the longest known cases of voluntary isolation in modern American history. Man Dog Wild is an adventure YouTuber who camps in remote areas with his dog Yeti. In this video, he explored the Skinwalker Mountains. While walking an abandoned dirt road near dusk, Yeti suddenly changed her behavior.
And Yeti comes across this little trail. She slowed down and she wants to show me. See, she's right there. She's not running. She's not got the zoomies as she normally does. She's staying close by. She's scenting something. But she's been on this trail. At this point, normally I'd like to be headed home. But yeah, if she wants to show me something, she wants to show me something. Huh, Yeti? And so yeah, we're going to take the little detour here and see where this leads. In all fairness, we don't really come across many trails like this that are really pronounced. It's rare that we actually come across trails like this, so it's interesting. You can see it clear as day. And although it's interesting, her behavior is more interesting because the last time, she hasn't acted like this too many times. The last time she did, and she was trying to tell me something, that was on a video where there was someone around and I didn't know it. She knew it. She was trying to tell me it. She was trying to, you know, get us out of the area, but I didn't listen. We don't speak the same language.
Following her, he discovered this.
He was checking out this stuff. It looks like a... no idea. Wow. That's just scary, huh? Waiting. We're gonna go home soon, Yeti, huh? Where are we going? Maybe the scariest thing isn't actually the little doll with the creepy smile, but actually the location in which we're in, because we're pretty deep into this plantation right now. And it's gonna take some effort to dump whatever that is. I assume some kind of stroller maybe.
Minutes later, Yeti led him again to something.
What is that? What's this, Yeti? It's creepy, huh? What is that?
As he left the area, this happened.
Kind of marker? I don't know. I definitely saw lights. Caught a video also. I took a look. And I don't know, obviously, maybe we kind of did the same thing and we all turned our lights off and moved away. But when I turned around, I couldn't see the lights anymore. And yeah, they probably couldn't see mine. But the strange thing was, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the sound. It's a really high kind of pitched sound, frequency, whatever. I think they call it mosquito or something. And they use it to move people away from places they don't want them hanging out. So when I stopped, it had this ringing in my ears. It's horrible. Really high pitched. So I don't know what that was. I don't know what that thing on the ground was, and I don't know why it was there, and I don't know why there were people coming there. Of course, it's always the same. Anytime I go somewhere, it doesn't matter how far I go, someone always shows up, and you think you're alone, and you're not, and you're not. Never alone. Never alone.
he wasn't alone. Everything about the place felt wrong. A man launched a drone to check a fire that had started near his camp. The drone flew over the area without any issues, but later, while reviewing the footage, he noticed an unexpected detail. A fast-moving object appeared in the frame and then quickly flew away. Some said it looked like a bird, while others argued it moved too fast and too smoothly to be one. The nature of the object remains unidentified. In 2010, a student named Arian went on a school camping trip near Fort Mills in the Philippines. One day, they went on an excursion to the fort, where she recorded this short video of her classmates. Years later, while re-watching the footage, Arian noticed something unusual. For a brief moment, a dark figure appears on the upper level of a barracks. The shape looks human, but not entirely. It was completely grey, and it moved quickly across the structure before vanishing. The figure only appears once. It does not show up before or after that moment, and not in any other video. Fort Mills is a historic military site where many American and Philippine soldiers lost their lives in 1942. Could it be the ghost of a soldier? Travel often brings strange traditions, but few compare to Krampusnacht in Austria. Every year in early December, people dressed as horned demons run through towns and villages. They chase crowds and swat onlookers with sticks. The tradition comes from Alpine folklore. Krampus was the dark partner of St. Nicholas. St. Nicholas rewarded good children. Krampus punished the bad ones. He was believed to roam villages on December 5th. Today, Krampusnacht is a large public event. It features parades, carved wooden masks, fur costumes, fire, and loud noise. A really scary thing to witness when you're not from Austria. A couple was out for a walk during their camping trip when they suddenly noticed a blue light in the sky. It had a clear rectangular shape and hovered in one place. It didn't blink or change color. It didn't move like a plane or a drone, and there was no sound. Confused, the couple kept recording, unsure of what they were seeing, and later posted the video online. Some viewers suggested advanced technology, while others believed it could be something unknown. The object never moved or faded. After watching it for a while, the couple decided to head back to their van. A Reddit user went camping near Glengariff around Halloween when he found something unsettling not far from his campsite. Small, creepy dolls were placed on a tree, wrapped in decaying cloth. Was it some kind of art project, a warning, or something much darker? Whatever the reason, the whole setup felt wrong, so the camper packed up and found another spot. In western Massachusetts, a camper reported seeing something strange during a routine trip in the woods. He noticed a tall brown figure standing among broken tree branches. The shape appeared to be over 7 feet tall and blended in with the surrounding trees. From a distance, it was hard to tell whether it was just a large branch or something else entirely. He couldn't even tell if it was moving. Instead of getting closer, he took a photo and left the area, wondering if he had just glimpsed Bigfoot or if it was simply pareidolia playing tricks on his eyes. For 3 days, a man noticed unfamiliar people moving through the woods near his cabin, on his property. They wore cloaks or heavily covered clothing, and they weren't anyone he recognized. One evening, his camera caught them on footage. They were spread out across different areas, but all moving in the same direction. They didn't react to the camera or show any sign of noticing him. After those 3 days, it suddenly stopped, and they were never seen again. He reported it, but no one in the area had any answers. A trail camera in a Michigan forest captured an unclear image that later showed up on Facebook. The photo shows an unidentified figure moving through the trees. Its body looks narrow, with bony shoulders, thin arms, and eyes that reflect the light. Some say it's just a dog caught at a strange angle. Others think it might be something entirely different. With so few details, the identity of the figure remains a mystery. Amoroso, a Brazilian explorer, was camping with his friend Adriel near Forest River. Around 3 a.m. he woke up to fish again. The forest was quiet until strange noises came from the dark.
Gente, tá fazendo E eu tô escutando bastante barulho também pra esses lados aqui, ó, Grelho. Tá. E onça adora ficar aqui, ó, gente. Onça adora isso aí, ó. Tá?
He pointed his flashlight toward the trees and saw something.
Lá pra cima, amor. Quer ir na estrada?
A pair of glowing eyes staring back.
É aquilo que eu sempre falo, a gente mora aqui no estado do Mato Grosso. Eu não preciso perder meu tempo pra ficar mentindo pra vocês. A minha mãe tava ali. Isso aqui foi esses dias, tá? Era de dia, à tarde. Escutou, amor?
The sound grew closer, as if something was circling them. They rushed back into the tent and stayed still until morning. No one knew what it was, but both were sure something had been watching them that night. While enjoying a peaceful day outside, this person suddenly noticed something strange in the sky. Several long, rope-like shapes were drifting above, twisting and moving in ways that didn't look like balloons. Some believe it was a rare weather phenomenon. Others think it could have been something alive, or perhaps something not from Earth. This video, posted by LQC.TV on TikTok, was filmed on a ranch in Mexico at night. A man was checking his land when he noticed a figure standing completely still in the dark. The man suddenly freezes. He doesn't speak, doesn't move, almost as if he's paralyzed.
Me está hablando.
After a moment, he turns away.
¡Su puta madre! ¡Puta madre! ¡Oh, Dios! ¿Dónde está? ¡Ay!
It seems like he could finally breathe again. When he looks back, the figure is gone. He later searches the area but finds no tracks. Some viewers pointed out that the figure's feet seem slightly above the ground, which could mean it was edited in. Others believe it hovers because it isn't human. Either way, whatever stood there that night definitely didn't look human. YouTuber Nat Morin, a solo traveler camping with her dog Pike, set up camp on Thanksgiving in a remote, high alpine area of Colorado. After cooking dinner, Nat settled in for the night, expecting a quiet evening in the mountains. But later that night, something unexpected happened.
I have no idea why there's a helicopter outside my camp. Like, if it was search and rescue, I feel like I would see flashlights and hear people, like, shouting and, like, setting up a base camp, maybe? Oh my gosh, I think I hear another helicopter coming.
Low-flying helicopters began passing over the area.
helicopter just landed right there. You can kind of see the flashing light. It's so loud and so close. I don't know what's going on. Knocked into my camp.
One came close enough that the powerful downdraft knocked over her gear, spilling fuel and damaging critical equipment.
What just happened? This helicopter just flew in and knocked over everything. Oh my god. Diesel everywhere. I hope my diesel heater didn't break. Like 2 helicopters just came in over my camp at tree line. So like, oh god, I'm going inside. They're flying off. Okay. They broke my heater, so I have absolutely no way to heat myself tonight.
Her heater was rendered unusable, her solar panel was damaged, and several other essentials were compromised. With temperatures dropping and no reliable way to stay warm, the situation quickly became unsafe. Nat made the decision to pack up and leave the campsite immediately, despite the darkness and difficult terrain. Fortunately, both Nat and Pike made it out without injury. The reason for the low helicopter activity that night was never confirmed. And for more, just watch this next video.